feminist movement, the movement that carried out for the welfare of the woman, the rights for the woman, is called as the feminist movement. It is not like that only women has raised the voice for the women's welfare, but there are so many thinkers, male thinkers also supported such kind of movement, and they brought changes in the society. In the Indian social system, women were given secondary position. Still, we can see our society is a male dominant society, but it has been transformed in a large way. Even in the past, there are so many things that are not given the rights to the woman. But now the situation has been changed. We have seen women are in every field and they are supporting men in every work. So, due to many evil practices, what do you mean evil practices? The wrong thing that happens in our society, like the sati practices, or you can say the dowry system, even the child marriages. So, these are the things that disrupted our society and always bring inequality in society. They were subjected to injustice, but during the modern period there was an awakening against it. What is awakening? Awakening means a kind of awareness. Some of the male reformers took initiative in the reform movement related to the women. In the course of time, women leaders started coming forward. Their independent institutes, organization came to be established. There are so many organizations, so many groups has been formed in support of women. Pandita Ramabai established the Arya Mahila Samaj and Sharda Sadan. Similarly, Seva Sadan founded by the Ramabai Ranade are the examples of this. So these are the groups or the organization that were started in the early period, gives the symbol or the information about the reformation that are carried for the welfare of women. Bharat Mahila Parishad. It was formed in the year 1904, and All India's Women Conference that was formed in the year 1927 were also founded as well. Therefore, this institutional work reached at the national level. So throughout the country, such kind of movements are carried out for the welfare of women. Even the people are thinking in a different way. They also change their mind thoughts for the issues such as the right to inheritance, right to vote, etc. What do right to inheritance? As we all know, in past there was a certain system that only the male child will get the property or get the all businesses of the parents. But now we had a system where maybe the child or a girl or a boy, the property or the father's business or anything is distributed equally. So even girls are got the right of inheritance, even the right of vote. India is the first country that after the independence where our constitution has been made, it put in the constitution that women will also get the right to vote authority. Women had to struggle through the medium of this organization. It was not an easy task at that time. As we all know, the hard struggle of Savitri Bai Phule, how she fight for the freedom of the girls' education. We have a great example of Rakma by Janardhan Save. She was the first practicing woman doctor in India. She is considered as the first woman doctor, as she had started curing the people or helping the people for different diseases. She delivered series of lectures related to the health issues of women. She also opened a branch of Red Cross Society at Rajkot. As we all know, Red Cross Society are run by the WHO. So at Rajkot, with her initiative, a Red Cross Society was also started. During the 20th century, participation of women in public life began to increase. Women's participation in the national movement and revolutionary work was significant. Even women had contributed a lot for the national struggle, our India's freedom struggle. We had a lot name like the Sarojini Naidu, Kasturba Gandhi. We had seen the hard struggle of Rani Lakshmi Bai. So women had played a very important role in every field. After the Act of 1935, women were included in the provincial ministries as well. So after the changes that are carried out after the 1935, women are also participating in the legislative assemblies. After independence, the principle of equality of men and women had been clearly stated in the Constitution of India. And as we all know, being a citizen of India, we all follow the Constitution. So here we also have a information of Dr. Anandi Bai Joshi. If you compare and the time period, Dr. Anandi Bai Joshi was the first woman lady doctor, but due to some disease or some infection, she won't able to survive, and she died at a very early period, and she won't able to cure or to practice as a doctor. So that's why Rakmabai considered as the first practicing woman. Dr. Anandi Bai Joshi. Her life story was very inspiring. She was the first Indian female doctor. Her son lived a life of only 10 days and died. Due to early death of son at a very early age of 10 days, this sorrow became responsible for inspiring her to study medicine. She acquired MD degree in 1886. You can imagine the year. In that year, when women are not allowed to step out from the home, she went to England and got the doctor's degree. While returning to India, Anandibai contracted tuberculosis. Later on 16 February 1887, she died in Pune. So this happened to her, but again she became a role model for many Indian women. Dalit movement. When we talk about the Dalit movement, Dalits are always ignored in our society. They are not given any kinds of right in the society. The Indian social structure was based on inequality. Social reformers like Mahatma Jyotirao Phule, Narayan Guru brought about awakening of the people against the unjust treatment given to Dalits in the society. So these are the peoples, those who has raised voice against the injustice of Dalit. They worked a lot to bring change in the society. Following the teachings of Mahatma Phule, Gopal Baba Walankar and Shivram Janba Kamble worked for the eradication of untouchability. What is eradication? Eradication means removal. And sorry, what do you mean by untouchability? Untouchability means the persons from the Dalit class are considered that they should not be touched, even their shadow not to be touched, or they not to be in contacted with the people or any public places. So in this way they are not treated equally. In 1888, Gopal Baba Walankar in his book Vital Vidvansan condemned untouchability. What do condemned? Condemn means when you criticize, when you say against any injustice, when you raise your voice. Shivram Janba Kamble started the magazine Somvarshya Mitra on 1st July 1908. He raised a voice regarding issues of Murlis and Jogtins. These are the different communities that belongs to the Dalit. He also took initiative for marriages of Devdasis. We all know in the past there was a kind of tradition when parents left their girl child to the temple, and they married, these girls are married to the god in the name of tradition. It is also a kind of injustice for the society. So they took initiatives against such marriages. In Tamil Nadu, Periyar Ramaswamy started a movement for eradication of untouchability. Eradication means removal. In 1906, Maharshi Vittal Ramji Shinde started the Depressed Class Mission for the Progress of Dalit. He started a group, he started a association named Depressed Class Mission for the Welfare of the Dalits. The important part of their work was to make the Dalits self-respectful, well-educated and engaged in work, while the second part of their work was to destroy the delusive ideas regarding Dalits in the mind of the upper classes. What a delusive idea! When you think wrong about anyone, when you have wrong beliefs and thoughts anyone, so they are trying to remove such wrongful thoughts from the mind of the people, because when we consider human as human, then only we can support the thoughts and values of the human, because everyone have the right to live in the society. For this the purpose, he founded Marathi schools, work schools in part of Parel, Devnar in Mumbai. He actively took part for the benefits of Dalit class regarding Satyagraha for entry in Parvati Temple at Pune, Shetkari Parishad of Dalits, Federal Electorate, etc. So in this way, these are the people who trying to bring changes in the life of the Dalit by creating the schools or giving them the motivation, awareness about of the society. At even many instances we had seen many revolutionary leaders also try to bring change in the society by creating certain organization where people came together. Here we have a great information about Rajshi Sahu Maharaj. He changed a lot system at Kolhapur where he brought common dining, intercaste marriages. What are intercaste marriages? The marriages between two different castes. So these are the steps that taken by the people in the past that shape, that given a new shape to our society. Rajshi Sahu Maharaj gave support to the leadership of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. Yes, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. We all know Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar belongs to the Dalit community. He knows the condition and the critical situation of the Dalit. So to gain them the independence, to gain them the right and justice in the society, he worked lot. Rajshi Shahu Maharaj gave support to the leadership of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. During his period, he led the non-Brahmin movement. Rajshi Shahu Maharaj made revolutionary declaration for reservation in state of Kolhapur. He made a law for free and compulsory primary education. So in Kolhapur, he put certain kind of new concepts where people should get supported from the society, that they should also reach to the level where they can also have the power to raise their voice. He made a law for free and compulsory primary education. So certain kinds of law had proved fruitful for the change in the society. He did substantial work. Substantial means very important work for abolition of caste distinction. Abolition means you can say and to reduce, to finish it out for the caste discrimination. He always supported the beliefs or thought that we should all equal, we are the child of one god. There was three restrictions put up in the caste system. From these three restrictions, he is trying to bring an equality in society, like interdining. What is interdining? As we had seen in past, where Dalits are not allowed to sit together with the upper class people. So he thought that we should all come together and we should have a common dining, intermarriages, intercaste marriages, and change of occupation. Yes, it is also very much important. In past we had seen the Dalits are forced to do only such kind of works which are considered inferior in the society, right? Dalits should also get the chance to improve themselves, to show their capability. In this regards, during meetings and conferences, Shahu Maharaj ate food from the hands of Dalit people to show the people, to bring a good message in the people and community. He always trying to attend such functions and such social gatherings where Dalits are also present, and even he also trying to eat the food that are made from the Dalit. At that time when people are not very much comfortable with the Dalit. In this regards, during meetings and conferences, Shahu Maharaj ate food from the hands of Dalit people and overthrew the restrictions on inter-dining. Shahu Maharaj believed that till the restriction on intermarriage is followed, then the caste distinction will not be uprooted, will not be completely removed. So he always thought that we should bring change in the society by bringing them all together. We should remove such kind of restrictions between the people, and this change will bring a community in the society. He passed the act, a law of intercaste marriage, and gave it a legal acceptance in his state, in Kolhapur. On 22nd February 1918, he abolished the Balutedari system by publishing a declaration in the government gadget of the state of Kolhapur. What a government gadget, or you can say government record books, the official document. So from there he removed this Balutedari system. Permission was granted to practice any occupation by anyone. Even he allowed the people to practice, to carry out any occupation by their own choice. By giving freedom of occupation by Shahu Maharaj, the people were freed from a type of social slavery. So it is a kind of independence. It is a kind of get rid of such kind of slavery. The Justice Party did valuable work for equality in South India. Even different social workers had created their own political party or association for the welfare of the people. Justice Party did valuable work for social equality in South India. Mahatma Gandhi even took part in such kind of movement where there should be an equality between the upper class and the Dalits. Mahatma Gandhi took up the issue of eradication of untouchability in his hand and put it on the platform of Indian National Congress. At the national level, at the Indian National Congress level, where the important leaders or decisions are carried out, such movements are carried on a large scale. While at Yerwada prison, he debated with the rigid Hindu Pandits, stating that the religious text of Hindu do not support untouchability. When Gandhiji was arrested and he was kept at Yerwada jail or Yerwada prison, he met with certain Hindu Pandits and they had a debate that Hindu Pandits are in a consideration that our Hindu text or Hindu literature or books never support any kind of functions for the untouchability. So Gandhiji debated on them, argued on them, and make them clear the God never create any kind of difference between any society members. He gave inspiration to Harijan Sevak Sangh. Even Gandhiji didn't call the upper lower class people as Dalits. He always called them as a Harijan. Harijan means the son of the God. He gave inspiration to Harijan Sevak Sangh by taking inspiration from him. Amrutlal Vittal Das Thakkar, alias Thakkar Bappa. Alias means a person when known by other name. Appa Saheb Patwardhan, etc. These activists dedicatedly worked for equality. So these people worked for the equality of our nation. They trying to bring this changes or the discrimination in a longer way. The struggle of the Dalits began under the leadership of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. Even Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar carried out a nationwide agitation in support of Dalit. He aimed at establishing a society based on principles of liberty, equality, and fraternity. As we all know, during the French Revolution, the words liberty, equality, fraternity has been proclaimed, has been declared by the common people that it is our right in the society that we should get freedom, we should get equality, and we should be treated equally. And for that, the religion, the caste discrimination should be completely removed. He was convinced that the injustice to the Dalit and inequality would not end unless the caste system was completely uprooted. The Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar always believed that to bring equality in the society, to bring injustice in the society, we should uproot the caste discrimination. According to him, social equality was the rights of the Dalits. He intended to carry out a movement based on self-respect. From this point of view, he established the Bahishkrit Hitkarni Sabha in July 1924. On the basis of same, he had carried out a movement called Bahishkrit Hitkarni Sabha in the year 1924. Be educated, be organized, and be agitated. This was the message, that inspirational message given by him to his follower, that we should be educated, we should be organized, we should be planned, and there should be a certain kind of agitation against injustice. Baba Saheb Bole got a bill passed in the Bombay Provincial Assembly. Baba Saheb Bole at that time he got a support from the Legislative Assembly and got a bill passed for the public water reservoirs to be open to the untouchables. As we all know, in the past, the untouchables or the Dalits are not allowed to take water from the common drinking reservoirs. Reservoirs means the sources of water like ponds, lakes, or well. However, in reality, the water reservoirs were not accessible to Dalit. Accessible means available. There are so many restrictions, and hence Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar and his followers started Satyagraha at Chowdar Lake in Mahad to end this discrimination, to create a awareness among people. At Chowdar Lake at Mahad, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar and his followers, they went there and they all touched the water and also burned the Manusmriti. Manusmriti is a text, is a book which gives information about the caste discrimination. End this, it was a message given to the people that there should not be any kind of caste discrimination should happen in our nation. He also burned the Manusmriti, which advocated inequality. Advocated means supported or had information. In 1930, he started Satyagraha for the entry of Dalits in the Kalaram temple in Nashik. It is a very famous temple in Nashik. Whenever you had visited Nashik, you may have visited the Panchvati or you had visited Trimbakeshwar. Even the Kalaram temple is also very much famous. So at that time in the Kalaram temple, the Dalits are not allowed to get entry. With the efforts of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, people got, or devotees or Dalit got entry into the Kalaram temple. This satyagraha was led by Karamveer Dada Saheb Gaikwad. Newspaper, at that time newspaper played a very important role to create awareness among the people. As we all know, at that time we don't have social media, we don't have news channels to get propagate to the people about any ideas or thought. So newspaper or any literature or any book creates awareness among the people. Newspaper was an integral means important part of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar's movement to create awakening awareness in the society and to voice out their grief. Grief means problem, issues. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar started newspaper like Muknayak, Bahishkrit Bharat, Janta, Samta, etc. So these are the different newspapers that started to spread the voice, and these newspapers became the mouthpiece of this movement. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar established the Independent Labour Party. He opposed the law that went against the interest of the workers. In 1942, he established All India Scheduled Caste Federation. We know what is scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. So for the welfare of the scheduled caste people, he established All India Scheduled Caste Federation to put forth the ideas of Dalit in an effective manner. Through the Constitution of India, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar made a significant important contribution to the creation of social structure based on equality in modern India. In 1956, along with his innumerable followers, what are innumerable? Uncountable, many. He embraced Buddhism. Embraced means he accepted Buddhism. He accepted the Buddhism religion that advocated humanity and equality, because he always thought about the humanity and equality, and Buddhism always gives information about the human life and human behaviors, and there should not be any discrimination to humanity. The struggle for equality has a prominent means important position in the making of modern India. So in this way, we can see the struggle for equality played a very important role in our society. We got independence, we got free from such kind of thoughts is a very important aspect of our Indian struggle. Okay, so let's begin with the exercise. Here we had given the options, we just need to find the correct alternative. Dash founded the Red Cross Society. Who founded Red Cross Society at Rajkot? Rakmabai Janardhan Save. Who was the president of Mill Workers Union at Amalner? Sane Guruji. The president of the first session of AITUC was Lala Lajpat Rai. Yes, we know that. So write these short notes. Social work of Vittal Ramji Shinde. We had seen Vittal Ramji Shinde brought a great change in the society, right? He had founded different organizations so that people should get aware and support the movements for the support in the different way, and our society should be based on equality and justice. Reforms of Rajshri Shahu Maharaj in the state of Kolhapur. As we had seen, Rajshri Shahu Maharaj worked a lot for the welfare of the Dalit. He introduced free and compulsory primary educations, even he supported intercaste marriages, interdining, and also the change of occupation. Also, he has passed so many bills in the state of Kolhapur where people should get options of the change of occupation and many opportunities. The government decided to crush down the communist movement. As we had always seen, Britishers are not in a favor of any kind of movement of resolution against them. So they always tried to crush them or to suppress them. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar started newspapers like Muknayak, Bahishkrit Bharat, etc. As we all know, at that time we don't have much options, so newspapers and literatures are the only way to create awareness among the people, and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar took the help of the newspapers to create awareness among the people and to bring change in the society. There arose a need of nationwide workers movement. Yes, it is very much important, as we had seen after the First World War. There are so many industrialization happened in our country, and the workers are belong from the our country itself. For their justice, for their need, for their welfare, there should be a nationwide union required. Why was the struggle for equality important in the making of modern India? Without any equality or without any equal status for the citizen, we can't say that our country is a progressive nation or we live in a modern world. So it is very much important that every citizen should feel secure, safe, and protective. And the way this movement needs to be carried out for their welfare. Right about this work of Sane Guruji in Eastern Khandes, we had seen due to the natural calamities, the crop got failed, and due to the hard efforts of Sane Guruji, the land revenue had been waived. How was the struggle built up by the workers decisive for the national movement? As we had seen, workers always supported the national movement, and we need cooperation from the every field, and our strength is fruitful for any kind of movement. So workers movement also proved very much important. Discuss the nature of reform movement related to women. There are so many things, like we had seen, there are different organizations has been started by different women at a different period. Even there are so many thinkers who put forth their idea about the welfare of the women or for the justice of women. So in this way we had came through a long way. Our society is now very much protective, very much developed, but in the past many people has sacrificed a lot for our society. So this is very much clear for us and we understood. So please go through the topic, read it twice, understand it, and get it revised also. Thank you so much.